News Radio 840 WHAS. Coming up on today's Louisville Real Estate Show, does Lynette need her husband to sign paperwork to sell their home if she bought the house before she got married to him? Also, should you leave appliances like toasters plugged into the wall when you're not using them? And you won't believe what the humidity should be for your home during the winter. Hi, everybody. Bob Sokoler, owner of the Sokoler team, Remax Properties East. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a great show, a lot of questions. Let us introduce the folks who are going to be with us. Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service, and Team Bug Out. They come in as a team, and they do a great job. You can reach Brad and his team to get your home inspected or for pest infestation. Call 844-411-TEAM. Also here, Chuck Crosby, the owner of the Crosby Law Offices. They do, of course, real estate closings, and you can pick the closing attorney you want. Chuck's a great guy, does a good job, and might even go as far as a fabulous job. He also does wills, living wills, and healthcare, surrogate help. He does a lot of different things, including things that maybe you don't know you might need, but it could be happening down the road. Durable powers of attorney and regular powers of attorney. You can reach Chuck anytime at 499-6360. And everything that I'm selling your home now or in the future, I'd love to help you. No home too big, no home too small. I work both in Louisville, surrounding counties, and southern Indiana. You can reach me for a free no obligation consultation. My direct number is 502-376-5483. That's 376 live. Or go to bobsellslouisville.com and fill out the form, hit submit, and for a free no obligation estimate of what your home is worth, it's computerized, but it's a start. You can go to WeSellLouisville.com and click on the top of the page. All right, we'll start with Chuck Crosby. And this question from Lynette, who bought a house back in 2015, then got married in 2023. And in this email she sent us this week, she said she's wondering, because the house is in her name and her new husband is not on the deed, does he need to sell paperwork, to sign the same paperwork to sell the house in order to sell that house? Chuck?
Well, he doesn't have to sign the same paperwork. He does have to sign the deed, however. In Kentucky, if you own a piece of property in your name alone, in fee simple, your spouse automatically has what they call, either for a woman, a dower interest, or for a man, a courtesy interest that automatically attaches. Even if you did a prenup, it's still part of it. You can't sell the property without the spouse signing off on it. Now, you can buy property without a spouse, but you can't sell it without the spouse being involved. Otherwise, all kinds of horrible things happen.
So just to follow up on that, does that mean for the listing paperwork that Lynette would need to sign, does he have to sign it as well?
Yeah, he ought to. Listing paperwork, contract, all that kind of thing. Because what you don't want to do, and we've seen it happen, is, your spouse says, oh, yeah, I'll sign. Then something happens. And if they aren't on the contract, well, they aren't required to sign anything because they didn't promise to do it. Mm-hmm. So they can effectively kill the deal by saying, day of closing, I'm not signing. Yeah. Or I'm not signing unless you give me X, that kind of thing.
And as I'm not mistaken here, that's true in Kentucky and not necessarily in southern Indiana.
That is correct. Right. This is a Kentucky statute.
Yeah. Good old Kentucky.
Yeah, we've got it. Goes back to the days when you used to have to bring 6 goats to a marriage. Presumably, if you got kicked out of the marriage, you got your goats back. It's like dowry, same thing. So you've got that going.
All right. But, good. Yeah, that does it. That answers it. And you've gone back in history for us. So Brad and I appreciate that, and all the listeners. Let's go to Brad Lawler. And by the way, you can hear and see a rebroadcast of today's show by going to LouisvilleAnswers.com. That is LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's a redirect to our YouTube channel where this show will reside for you to both watch and listen to. Brad Lawler, Home Team Inspection Service. Stefan wants to buy a condo, but he just learned that it needs a pier system in the rear of the building. And he's wondering, so what is a pier system? How dangerous is it? Will it hurt his resale of the house, Brad?
Well, I mean, piers are used to stabilize a foundation, and that's all it is. It's just device that goes into the ground to give a secure foundation to for the building, whether it's sitting on actual bedrock if they can get down that low, or if they're building a foundation, a footer, concrete there in below the ground. But yeah, that's what a pier is. There, again, foundation companies use them very frequently to just stabilize different parts of a foundation. I don't know of any issues, that would come from installing a pier system. They almost always come with a warranty guarantee from the foundation company. They're long lasting. They are permanent structures. And when designed right and placed, that you wouldn't even know that they're there. So if they're disclosing it, that it's part of the building, it's just part of the construction. It's no different than we're not talking about the actual footers that are down into the ground that our homes sit on. The piers are kind of the same thing. It's just done after the building was constructed rather than during construction.
And I would add, but with regard to the part of the question about whether it would hurt resale value, I would tell you, if you're going to have something done, a pier system, make sure you hire a reputable company that has a good track record that there's a lifetime warranty or guarantee on the system that it's done correctly, so that the new buyer doesn't have any concerns that something could happen and then there's nobody there to fix it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Great point.
All right, we move back. Chuck Crosby Law Office. And by the way, if you'd like to see some reviews of what people think of our Sokoler team, because, that's what we do. I do this 24/7. Go to LouisvilleZillow.com or LouisvilleGoogle.com. That's a redirect to both Google and Zillow reviews. Chuck, Janice has a serious problem that all homeowners and even renters really need to pay attention to. And in this email we received, she says she needs to sell her home. She interviewed a number of painters and went with somebody who she felt was extremely nice and honest. She paid them about 50% of the job, and that so far is pretty good, right? I mean, you don't want to give them all up front. They want a little bit down payment, so 50% is okay. But here's the problem. They did a terrible job. So what Janice doesn't say, did she call references? That would be one thing I would suggest right off the top, but we go further. She says the areas of the house, some of them were never fixed, kind of patched before being painted. Painters only painted one side of the doors where they're painting rooms. And then when she confronted the owner of the company, she was told that she better pay the rest of what she owes them, or they're going to make trouble for her, including calling the health department because of something that they found in the basement in a corner that would look like, could be mold, it could be black, it could be just anything. But the threat really scared her, so she paid them. And she's wondering, well, what can she do at this point? This seems like a threat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going a little bit beyond the pale. Next thing you know, Guido's going to show up, looking for money. That's a give an attorney a call now. First off, has she, if she hadn't paid the bill, that conversation needs to start now. Did they do half the price worth of work? Maybe, maybe not. But it's time to get an attorney involved. And the threat to call a governmental agency and make a false report, well, that goes into some other things that perhaps a person can be sued for.
The painter owner of the painting company sued for, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The company,
not Janice, right? Okay.
Right. Because if they do report something, that's one thing. But kind of like if I know you committed a crime, okay, and I want something from you, and I say, look, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to tell the police about this crime. Okay, that in itself is an issue right there. That's a huge issue. I can't extort you in that fashion. I should be reporting a crime anyhow, right? So that's a huge problem. This isn't quite that far along the line, but it smacks of something like that. So, I mean, it's time to get an attorney involved and write some nasty letters.
And we will give out Chuck's number in just a couple of minutes so that you can write that down and maybe contact him and he'll give you some advice on that. Reminder that if you'd like to see some of the work that we do when we sell homes, we've got a website set up just for that, the videos and 3D tours. Go to Louisville 3D, Louisville3D.com. Just take a look and you'll see what we do. We're pretty proud of what we do. All right, Brad Lawler, Home Team Inspection Service. Bill sent us an interesting email. Like many of us, he has a toaster, and he leaves it plugged in. But his mom, when she comes over and visits, she says, hey, you need to unplug that toaster because of safety reasons. She's afraid it's going to catch on fire. So Bill is questioning whether he should do it. I think he does it when she comes over, so she doesn't nag him. But at the same time, when she leaves, he plugs it back in. So for the rest of us, Brad, should we unplug something like a toaster from the wall when we're not using it or not home? Put this to rest for all of us.
Okay. Well, I don't. So I'll just join him in the club of I don't unplug the toaster. Yeah. Here's what I'll tell you. I think you have those what are called phantom draws, those small power consumption things that happen. Look, your microwave, anything that has a clock on it, anything that has an internal timer in it that's going all the time, those are pulling power down. If you've got the little lights on them, but if it's just a plug in the wall kind of toaster where it only works when you push down on the button, I don't see a reason why you need to unplug it. I don't see that as a safety concern. It's not going to just arbitrarily come on. Now, if you get a lightning strike, close to your house and you have voltage travel through the lines, I mean, it'll blow out a cable TV box or stereo components or computers or those things. But yeah, I just think a small kitchen appliance like my coffee bean grinder, I don't unplug it. There's nothing that it can do. It's nothing there's no phantom draw on it. So for convenience, maybe laziness, whatever you want to call it, I just keep those non-clock type things just plugged in.
Chuck, you seem to be the same way on that, right?
What about lamps and everything else?
Oh, where does it stop is what you're saying.
Do you unplug every single thing before you go back into it?
Chuck, I think we're walking on a little bit of fragile ground here because Mom said.
I know.
Mom said. So
luckily, my mom never says this stuff. I'm the one that nags my mother. Mom, why are you doing this? That yogurt is a month old. Past date.
It's cultured.
Yes.
All right. So
it's already rotten.
Unless you want to pull the reduced phantom power, as Brad says, you don't have to, because they're circuit breakers. So if something was to go wrong, overheat or something, it would plop up. All right. So one more. Since we're on this, I'm just going to take an extra second and ask this question. Lightning, storms outside your house. Is it safe to take a shower or a bath while that lightning storm is going on? Because there's a theory that if lightning hits the house, it's going to go through the pipes and through the water, and you're fried.
And I've heard that same thing. I got to be honest, I've probably taken showers in storms around me where that thought's gone through my head, but I don't know that there's any time that it's ever happened where somebody has been, injured, through the water while taking a shower. And there may be a listener out there who knows that better how to answer that question, but I don't. It doesn't.
I don't have to think about those things.
Why? Why is that?
Because being an attorney, when horrible tragedies happen, it's always to the sweet little children or the nun crossing the walkway. Nobody ever hears about the attorney who was, killed by a plane crash. It's always the busload of children. Wow. I'm safe.
Bitter party of one. Bitter.
All right. Well, I tell you what. During the break, I am going to do a little research using our good friend ChatGPT, and I'll see if anybody's ever been electrocuted during a lightning storm. So I'll come back with that information.
So we tried Brad GPT. Now we're going to try ChatGPT.
We're going to try exactly ChatGPT.
See, this is what Sherry always says. People will call in with a question. She'll give them the answer, but it's not finished until they hear it from me. So we're doing that here from Brad Chat too.
Well, we're checking the universe to see what's going on. All right. And when we come back, by the way, we're going to talk about the humidity levels in your home. And that's something also that's very important for not only now, but as we go into the winter and the summertime. Continuing with us, Chuck Crosby, owner of the Crosby Law Offices. They do a great job at real estate closings, wills, and powers of attorney and more. You can reach Chuck 499-6360. Also continuing with us, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service and Team Bug Out. They come in as a team. They do a great job, and they also are a wealth of information. You can reach Brad and the folks at 844-411-TEAM. And if you're thinking of selling your home now or in the future, I'd love to help you. I have a team of buyer agents. If you're going to buy a house, and for selling, it's me. I'll come out. We'll talk. It's free, no obligation. I'll talk as long as you want. And then if you decide to list and sell, I'm there to help you right there along the way. You can reach me on my cell phone, 502-376-5483. That's 376 Live. Or go to bobsellslouisville.com, fill out the form. And for that free, no obligation estimate of what your home is worth, go to WeSellLouisville.com and click on the top of the page. Back in a moment on News Radio 840 WHAS. News Radio 840 WHAS, Bob Sokoler, Louisville Real Estate Show, here with you till the top of the hour. Thank you for staying with us, folks, on this Sunday. And thank you, Barbara Corcoran, for being a mentor and a friend. If you don't know, she's with Shark Tank, and we appreciate her. She does commercials for us and endorses us, and we appreciate that. Continuing with us, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service and Team Bug Out. They come in as a team. You can reach him to get your home inspected, whether it's new or a resale. And also, if you've got some pesky bugs crawling through your house, 844-411-TEAM. Also, Chuck Crosby, the head owner of the Crosby Law Offices, though his wife Sherry might disagree with that a little bit, but no, Chuck is the guy. You can reach him for real estate closings, wills, powers of attorney, foreclosure defense, commissioner sales, and the list goes on. If Chuck says if he doesn't do it, he knows someone who does. You can reach him at 502-499-6360. And if you're thinking of selling your home now or in the future, call me for a free, no obligation talk. I come out, it's me, we talk, and we can do it on the phone, but it's better in person. I can help you get an idea of what needs to be done or not done, and then we go from there. You can reach me, again, no home too big, no home too small. I work in Louisville, southern Indiana, and surrounding areas. 502-376-5483. That's 376 Live. Go to bobsellslouisville.com, click on the top of the page and hit submit with the form. And then also for a free no obligation analysis of what your home is worth, head over to WeSellLouisville.com and click on the top of the page. Before the break, we asked, can you be shocked during a lightning storm if you're taking a bath or shower? And I will tell you, this question actually comes because my loving, fabulous wife, LaDonna, refuses to take a shower or bath during a lightning storm. And I've always wondered, is there something to this? I mean, I respect what she said. She's a nurse. She's brilliant. Okay. Here's the answer from ChatGPT. You ready, guys? Yes, you can be shocked during a lightning storm if you're taking a bath or shower. Here's why. It's dangerous. Plumbing conducts electricity. Most home plumbing systems are made of metal pipes, which are excellent conductors of electricity. Also, water conducts electricity. While pure water isn't very conductive, tap water contains minerals and impurities that allow electricity to flow. And if lightning strikes your home directly or even nearby, the electrical current can travel through metal pipes and water straight into your shower head, faucet, or bathtub.
I want to get the sources cited on that, and I want to go to MythBusters on this one. I'm not buying it.
I have two thoughts whenever dealing with this Chat GPT or whatever the devil it is. It's taking phrases, not thoughts, and it's going all over the place. So if I were, say, searching what does a Sasquatch, what sound does a Sasquatch make, I'm going to get an answer telling me exactly what it makes. Doesn't mean it's true. Secondly, show me a person that's actually had this happen to them, and A, they won't be a lawyer, and B, I don't know that they exist.
All right. All I will say is you can refute ChatGPT, but you cannot refute my wife, LaDonna.
That's true. No,
that is
just
right.
Like Mom. If Mom says, LaDonna says,
I can refute. You can't.
I will not. I know better. Yeah. All right. And by the way, Chat doesn't give you sources, but I went to Grok and just punched that in, and it's basically saying the same thing. But and I thought maybe it gave sources. It doesn't. But we'll do another segment down the road, a couple of weeks, and we'll do a follow up on that. Okay. So in the meantime, Chuck, Brad, follow up on your ends and see if you get any. Let's see if Chuck can find some people who have been actually shocked during this thing, during water in a lightning storm. All right. We promoted this. He won't believe humidity. So what we're going to do, Brad, is we'll go through this quickly because we're running behind time here. But so common problems caused by high humidity. This is the problem. Too high humidity. And we've identified in past shows anything about 45 or 50% humidity is not good.
Yeah, so anything 60 and above, mold is growing. Fungal growth,
Yep.
60 and above.
Warped and
Below,
warped and rotted wood also,
yep,
right?
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Could cause structural damage.
Yes.
All right. Furniture, fabrics, more can be caused. And again, we're talking about a 45 or 50% humidity level or
So
above.
the comfort range for a person is really between 40 and 50. That's kind of the ideal range. Above it, it feels damp. Below it, your skin feels dry.
Okay. Moving on. Peeled or cracked paint. We can see that if you don't turn your fan on when you're taking a shower, your paint could crack and peel. We know that.
Um,
Yeah. I've seen it.
yeah, it will because it's getting wet and then drying out.
Yep. Then increased energy costs because you got humidity, I guess, going in there.
Mhm.
There are health concerns, pest infestations.
Yeah.
What's this? What
Yeah,
about
no,
that?
insects need water. So yeah, moisture brings, that's really what we're looking for in wood destroying insect inspections. Those conducive conditions. Wet wood it's a breeding ground for all types of insects, not just termites.
I'm looking online right now with Amazon. Their humidity testers. I bought a couple of these.
Mhm.
They're only like $12. There's one for $10. And
Yep.
you just put it out, and it will tell you what your humidity is, folks. Just
Yep.
do a search on Amazon for humidity testers.
Right.
And then electronics is not good for electronics as well. So there you go.
Yep.
All right. All right, we move on to Chuck Crosby, Crosby Law Office. Sammy heard us talking about a similar problem a couple of weeks ago and decided to send us an email. Her dad owes about $80,000 to the IRS. You may remember this question and story. She thinks there's a lien attached to the house. Her dad hasn't lived in the house 15 years, only occasionally goes over, completely paid for. It's in terrible condition. And Sammy says it's just a disaster, ceiling caving in. She goes on. She wants to know what happens if her dad walks away from the house, Chuck. Does the IRS take the house over, and can they still go after him?
Well, first off, the IRS can do whatever it wants. We know that, and they frequently do. But he's got a lien with the IRS for X amount if they filed a lien. Okay, those liens have to be followed up with. They have to be continued. They're only good for a particular period of time. If that time passes, the lien itself has a little paragraph on it that says, if this passes the date of refiling, then it operates as a release. Okay, so if the refiling date is 2024, well, it's not a lien anymore unless they refiled another lien. Can't say as I've seen a whole lot of refilings. Okay, I've seen them now and again, but typically they'll just die on the vine if they don't come after you. Now, they have the right to come after you. Used to be, if they had liens, they could just come and write a deed to your property after doing a few administrative steps. Now it's a little more involved than that. But there's a lot of things you can do. You can sell the property, even if there's a process to have property released. A partial release from IRS liens. There's a bunch of different things. But if you just walk away from it, well, the IRS still thinks he's liable for the money. The lien will stay on there until the statute of limitations runs on it or they refile. And the problem is if somebody goes in there and slips and falls, now he's got another batch of liability coming up. Going to have to keep the thing insured all this time. So walking away isn't usually the best idea. There are ways around it. Sometimes you can donate it to the government. There's a few things you can do. But walking away is usually not the best.
Does it contact an attorney? I guess the answer is yes.
Just give me a call. It's easy enough to figure out where they're at, what liens are out there. And honest to goodness, there's people that'll buy up just about any property.
All right. A reminder that if you'd like to see some of the videos that we produce, both on homes and information, a variety of things, go to LouisvilleHomeVideo.com. That's LouisvilleHomeVideo.com. All right, final question. Brad Lawler, Home Team Inspection Service. Terry writes in, my agent had our 2,500 square foot home listed 3 months. There were 4 different accepted offers, and they've all fallen apart. 3 of them because of inspections. He says, I guess my home is only 4 years old. No, we did not have an inspection. When we bought it, I thought the county inspectors would catch the problem. What's going on? I think Terry maybe answered her own question, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that's true because again, code that when a home is built, there's only certain things that code inspectors look at. The rest of the house is not built to quote unquote code; it's just built to whatever the builder does. So that's the purpose of the home inspection. So that things that become big problems, like the way that siding is installed, or the way attics are insulated, or drip edges on roofs, all of these things become a problem down the road, and that's really why you need to do an inspection on even new construction, just to make sure that you don't have problems that haven't been spotted. And the inspection allows you to give that punch list to the builder to go ahead and take care of it when you buy the house, versus dealing with it 4 years later when other inspectors come in and say, hey, you should have done this, and it should be this, and it should be this. And some of those things can be pretty pricey to repair.
Yeah. So, and if you didn't have the builder do it when you go to sell, now you're on the hook for
Right.
for paying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. After paying for the home, it's the next best thing to do is to get
Yeah.
it inspected. All right. We are out of time. My thanks to our participants today, Chuck Crosby, the head guy, the law offices of Crosby Law Office. You can reach Chuck for wills, real estate closings, of course, and he does other things, foreclosure defense, commissioner sales. You can reach him at 499-6360. Also, my thanks to Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service and Team Bug Out. They're the #1 home team inspection service in the country now, 10 years in a row. And we're shooting
Yes.
for number 11, not to jinx
We
it,
are.
but we are. Yeah. You can reach Brad and the folks at 844-411-TEAM. Thinking of selling your home now or in the future? I'd love to help you. No home too big, no home too small. And I work in Louisville, Southern Indiana, surrounding areas. And that's a free, no obligation. All you got to do is call me, come out, we'll talk. And that's what I can do for you. And we can work out a path of what to do. You can reach me at 502-376-5483. That's 376-LIVE. Or go to bobsellslouisville.com and click on the form and send it in. And for a free no obligation estimate of what your home is worth, go to WeSellLouisville.com and click on the top of the page. We're out of time. See you next Sunday on News Radio 840 WHAS.